We've covered quite a journey together in this video. We started with vegetables that many men think are friends but can quietly work against you after 60. Soy with its hormonal effects, processed corn that fuels chronic inflammation, and raw spinach that robs your body of valuable zinc. Then we shifted to the trusted allies for your health. White button mushrooms that help protect your testosterone, broccoli that keeps hormones in balance, and fresh beets that keep your blood flowing strong. Every food you put on your plate leaves its mark over time. The real key isn't to cut something out completely or load up on one single superfood, but to understand what each one does and use it in a way that serves you best. And as promised, before we wrap up, I want to give you one more tip, a small thing that can make a big difference. Boron. This is a little talked about mineral that helps lower SHBG, the protein that locks away your testosterone. When SHBG drops, your free testosterone, the form that's most active, increases, bringing more energy, better mood, and stronger performance. You don't need expensive supplements to get it. Boron is right there in everyday foods. A few dates in your morning smoothie, a handful of raisins while reading in the afternoon, or an avocado tossed into your lunch salad. Stay consistent, and you'll feel the difference. If today's conversation helped you see a clearer picture of what a healthy diet for men over 60 can look like, leave a comment, share a story, or even just a simple thank you. Your words might be exactly what another man needs to take the first step toward regaining his strength and confidence. And if you'd like to keep going on this journey with me, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. We've got plenty more stories, tips, and insights ahead, because age should be nothing more than a number, not a limitation. Let's start with a fact that may surprise many men. The first vegetable on our list is often promoted as heart healthy, yet it can quietly undermine your energy and performance. I think of one patient, David, 69, from Ohio. After retiring, he spent more time with his wife and in his garden. His overall health was stable, blood pressure fine, but he no longer felt the stamina and confidence he once had. In our first visit, he told me, "Doc, I'm not sick, but I'm tired all the time, and my love life is almost gone." His tests showed a healthy heart, only slightly elevated cholesterol, but one result stood out. His testosterone was unusually low, while his estrogen was higher than expected for his age. When I asked about his diet, he explained that years earlier, he had replaced red meat and dairy with heart-friendly foods like soy milk, tofu dishes, and edamame as a daily snack. That's when it clicked. Soy was the first food men over 60 should seriously consider limiting. Soy contains phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic the female hormone estrogen. For men, especially those over 60 whose testosterone is already declining naturally, this can push hormone balance in the wrong direction. Common effects include lower libido and weaker erections, loss of muscle tone and strength, persistent fatigue, increased belly fat and waist size. What's more, soy shows up in foods you'd never expect. Protein bars and cheap protein powders, instant soups and bottled sauces, meat substitutes, veggie burgers, vegetarian sausages, certain healthy breads, crackers, and snack bars. The food industry loves soy because it's cheap and easy to market as healthy, but your male hormones feel the difference. I advised David to replace all soy-based protein with alternatives like organic chicken, salmon or mackerel, pasture-raised eggs, lentils and black beans low in phytoestrogens, nuts like almonds and walnuts. Within 3 weeks, his energy improved and he was back to exercising regularly. 2 months later, his wife told me, "He's not only healthier, he's smiling again." Tips for men over 60. If you eat soy, keep it to 1-2 small servings per week. Check labels for soy protein, soy isolate, or soy lecithin. Favor protein from fish, lean meats, eggs, and low phytoestrogen legumes. Combine with light exercise like walking or resistance training to maintain muscle. Continuing with the theme of healthy foods with a dark side, the second one may surprise you even more. Millions of Americans eat it every day, yet when it's in its industrial processed form, it can quietly trigger chronic inflammation, harden your arteries, and block blood flow to the places you need it most. I'm talking about corn, a staple so common in the U.S. You can find it in every grocery store. And to be clear, fresh corn on the cob at a summer BBQ isn't the problem. The real issue lies in processed corn products, things like corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, snack chips, sweetened baked goods, and countless packaged foods. One patient comes to mind, Mark, 64, from Florida. He came to see me with a combination of issues: poor erections, constant fatigue, and nagging joint pain. Thinking he was doing something good for his heart, he swapped butter for margarine made from vegetable oil, mostly corn oil. Instead of improving his health, things got worse. The main culprit: chronic inflammation, a silent enemy to male vitality. Corn, especially in refined form, is high in omega-6 fatty acids. Our bodies need omega-6, but it must be in balance with omega-3, found in salmon, sardines, flaxseed, walnuts. The modern diet has thrown this balance way off. Many people consume 15-20 times more omega-6 than omega-3. When the ratio is skewed, your body shifts into a constant low-grade inflammatory state, like a small fire burning inside you all the time. The inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, gets damaged, reducing its ability to produce nitric oxide, the molecule that allows blood vessels to relax and blood to flow freely. Over time, arteries stiffen, lose flexibility, and blood flow to the penis and other organs drops dramatically. Chronic inflammation is also tied to joint pain, fatigue, weakened immunity, and prostate enlargement. In other words, a heart-healthy diet can actually accelerate arterial aging and drain your energy. For Mark, the fix was to cut out seed oils, corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and boost omega-3 intake from high-quality sources: salmon, sardines, and pure fish oil. Within 4 weeks, his inflammation markers improved, joint pain eased, sleep quality returned, and much to his delight, morning erections he hadn't had in years started coming back. Tips for men over 60. Avoid products listing corn oil, soybean oil, or high fructose corn syrup on the label. Use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or clean animal fats for cooking. Eat fatty fish 2-3 times a week, and consider omega-3 supplements with your doctor's approval. Limit fast foods, snack chips, and packaged products made with corn starch. And here's the third enemy, probably the most controversial vegetable on the list. If used the wrong way, it can quietly block your body from absorbing a key mineral that's essential for testosterone production and overall male health. That vegetable is spinach, especially when eaten raw in large amounts. Sounds strange, right? Spinach is often at the top of every superfood list. But the story of Charles, 66, from Texas, explains why it's not that simple. Charles is an active man who enjoys brisk morning walks and prides himself on his green diet. Every morning, his breakfast was a big green smoothie loaded with raw spinach, plus some apple and chia seeds. He believed he was fueling his body with top-tier nutrition. Yet his blood tests told a different story: low testosterone and dangerously low zinc levels, despite eating seafood, beef, and nuts that are naturally high in zinc. He also admitted his libido had dropped sharply over the past year. The culprit was oxalates, natural compounds found in high amounts in raw spinach. Oxalates act like nutrient thieves, binding to essential minerals such as zinc, calcium, and magnesium, and carrying them out of the body before they can be absorbed. For men, a zinc deficiency can make it much harder to produce testosterone and keep the prostate healthy. So in Charles's case, that daily green smoothie was actually robbing him of the very minerals his body needed for male vitality. The fix: you don't need to cut spinach out completely. It's still rich in magnesium, vitamin K, and powerful antioxidants. The key is heat. Lightly steaming, boiling, or sautéing spinach for just a few minutes can significantly lower its oxalate content, making it easier for your body to absorb zinc and other minerals. Charles swapped his raw spinach smoothie for an omelet with lightly sautéed spinach or steamed spinach as a side dish. Within 4 weeks, his zinc levels rose, testosterone improved, and he told me his energy, mood, and intimacy had all gotten back on track. Now that you've identified the hidden enemies on your plate, it's time to turn to the heroes: everyday vegetables that can help men over 60 improve circulation, keep hormones balanced, and restore daily vitality. The great news is they're not exotic or expensive. You'll find them at your local grocery store, the weekend farmer's market, or even in your own backyard. Many men overlook them simply because they're so familiar. But when you choose well, cook gently, and eat them at the right frequency, they can make a noticeable difference. Less fatigue, a clearer mind, better sleep, and smoother blood flow where it counts. For each hero, I'll share exactly how to pick it, how to store it, how to cook it for maximum benefits, the serving size and weekly frequency for men over 60, and important safety notes if you have health conditions or take medication. Hero 1. Beats the blood flow specialist. For men over 60, poor circulation can lead to fatigue, brain fog, cold hands and feet, and even erectile difficulties. Beets are packed with natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels, increasing blood flow to the brain, heart, muscles, and yes, everywhere else. Science-backed benefits. A 2015 study in the journal Hypertension found that drinking 8 Oz 250 ml of beet juice daily lowered systolic blood pressure by 8-10 mmHg in older adults. Nitric oxide also supports muscle recovery, memory, and reduces cold extremities caused by poor circulation. How to pick. Choose beets with smooth skin, deep red-purple color, firm to the touch with no soft spots. How to store. Keep whole, unwashed beets in the fridge for up to 1 week. Best ways to prepare. Grate raw into salads. Lightly steam or roast at under 350 degrees F, 180 degrees C to preserve nitrates. Juice fresh beets with carrots or apples to mellow the earthy taste. Serving size. 3-5 Oz 100-150 g fresh beets or 5-7 Oz 150-200 ml juice 3-4 times per week. Caution. Men with kidney stones, oxalate type, chronic kidney disease, or on blood pressure medication should check with their doctor first. Hero 2. Broccoli, the natural hormone filter. Broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables contain sulforaphane, a compound that helps the liver clear out excess estrogen, reduce inflammation, and protect cells from oxidative damage. For men, keeping testosterone from being overshadowed by estrogen supports muscle mass, stamina, and mental clarity. Science-backed benefits. Harvard Medical School reports that men who eat cruciferous vegetables at least 3 times per week have up to a 40% lower risk of prostate cancer. How to pick. Look for tightly packed, deep green florets with firm stalks and no yellowing. How to store. Wrap in a paper bag and refrigerate for 3-5 days. Best ways to prepare. Steam for 3-4 minutes or stir-fry quickly to preserve sulforaphane. Eat raw with a healthy dip like olive oil and lemon. Add a bit of yellow mustard or watercress when serving to boost sulforaphane activity thanks to the enzyme myrosinase. Serving size. 3-4 Oz 80-100 g daily or at least 4-5 times per week. Caution. Men with thyroid issues should lightly cook before eating. If on blood thinners, keep cruciferous vegetable intake consistent to avoid fluctuations in vitamin K levels. Hero 3. White button mushrooms, the testosterone shield. White button mushrooms contain compounds that inhibit aromatase, the enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. As men age, especially with extra belly fat, aromatase activity ramps up, leading to faster testosterone loss. Science-backed benefits. A 2013 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that white button mushroom extract reduced aromatase activity at the cellular level. They also contain ergothioneine, a unique antioxidant that protects blood vessels and brain cells. How to pick. Choose mushrooms with smooth, firm caps that are pure white and free from slimy spots. How to store. Keep in a paper bag in the fridge to prevent excess moisture and spoilage. Best ways to prepare. Sauté briefly with garlic and olive oil to enhance flavor and antioxidant activity. Use as a topping for salads, soups, or omelets. Serving size. 3-5 Oz 100-150 g 3-4 times per week. Caution. Men with sensitive digestion may want to cook them more thoroughly. Don't soak mushrooms in water. Wipe clean with a damp cloth before cooking to preserve nutrients. Quick recap for men over 60. Beets right arrow boost nitric oxide, improve circulation and support healthy blood pressure. Broccoli right arrow filter out excess estrogen, protect the prostate and support testosterone. White button mushrooms right arrow block testosterone loss to estrogen, protect muscles and brain. Pro tip: combine all three heroes in your weekly meals. Choose fresh ingredients, cook gently, and pair them with clean proteins like fish, chicken, or eggs for maximum benefit. We've covered quite a journey together in this video. We started with vegetables that many men think are friends but can quietly work against you after 60. Soy with its hormonal effects, processed corn that fuels chronic inflammation, and raw spinach that robs your body of valuable zinc. Then we shifted to the trusted allies for your health: white button mushrooms that help protect your testosterone, broccoli that keeps hormones in balance, and fresh beets that keep your blood flowing strong. Every food you put on your plate leaves its mark over time. The real key isn't to cut something out completely or load up on one single superfood, but to understand what each one does and use it in a way that serves you best. And as promised, before we wrap up, I want to give you one more tip, a small thing that can make a big difference: boron. This is a little talked about mineral that helps lower SHBG, the protein that locks away your testosterone. When SHBG drops, your free testosterone, the form that's most active, increases, bringing more energy, better mood, and stronger performance. You don't need expensive supplements to get it. Boron is right there in everyday foods. A few dates in your morning smoothie, a handful of raisins while reading in the afternoon, or an avocado tossed into your lunch salad. Stay consistent, and you'll feel the difference. If today's conversation helped you see a clearer picture of what a healthy diet for men over 60 can look like, leave a comment, share a story, or even just a simple thank you. Your words might be exactly what another man needs to take the first step toward regaining his strength and confidence. And if you'd like to keep going on this journey with me, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. We've got plenty more stories, tips, and insights ahead, because age should be nothing more than a number, not a limitation.